Hello everybody, thanks for joining me again. Well, I'm on the South Devon coast and I'm exploring some of Brixham's hidden coves. I'm currently above Churston Cove here. I'm trying out the Sony A7V for the first time. So I'm going to wander around. Some of the images today might be a bit random, and I think there's going to be a lot of wardrobe changes as well. When I came out this morning it was raining and now it's blisteringly hot, but I'm sure the rain's going to come back soon. So I've been here before, and I know if you get high up above the cove here there's a lovely shot looking back, but since the last time I've been here some of the undergrowth has gone a bit wild, so there are a few bushes and trees obscuring some of the cove, but I'm sure it's still going to be nice. So it's a challenging shot this. The sun is right in front of me, shining on the water. It's already mid-morning, and we'll see what settings I need. That light is so harsh, there's no point in me trying to show you the back of the camera, but I'm at 1/25th of a second, ISO 100, and I'm trying anything between f11 and f8, and I've got a polarizer on. I'm using some KNF magnetic filters. Well as the camera, the filters were new to me as well. Anyway, I was shooting almost directly into the sun, so I'm quite impressed with any shot I was going to get, to be honest. The dynamic range on the A7V is quite impressive. I've been able to recover from the shadows, and although a little blown out, the highlights aren't too bad. I think this is a little bit better shot. As I said, there was a lot of undergrowth around the shot on that first one. I had to clone out some of the smaller branches. This one a little bit cleaner. I quite like how the foliage around the shot frames the cove really nicely, and the light just isn't too bad. Okay, let's show you the walk around the coast, because I'm sure not all of you are interested in photography and want to have a good look around. Now, being a very bright day, some black and white photography seemed to be the right thing to do. And I also really wanted to document this bench. There's far too many new benches arriving made of recycled plastic. Now, okay, they're easier to look after, but they just don't have the character of these old benches. So, thought I would document them. And the same with these iron railings. One day they'll be gone. So I tried to make an image of it, just trying to make the top into a leading line away. Do you know, I'm not sure if there's a shot here, but I really like this patch of dappled light on the pebble beach. Almost leads you up to the cove beyond. I don't think it's going to be a keeper, but let's face it, this is a digital camera. I'm not wasting any film, so let's take it anyway. So, I like the idea, but for me the colours are far too distracting. There's a lot of blue and a lot of green. But I do like the more subtle colours on the beach itself and the dappled sunlight. Quite an easy shot to take. And again, the camera showed its good dynamic range. But if you follow me, you know I like black and white shots. Just recompose this a little to make more of a feature of the sunlight on the beach. Again, not a portfolio shot, not a great shot, but as I was out practicing with the new camera, it was a good start. I'm on the footpath here from Battery Gardens down to Fishcombe Cove and looking across there to Churston Cove. There's a big contrast in light, very bright out there in the cove and dark in here. Settings wise, and I'm hoping you can see the screen, I'm at ISO 100, f11 and 1/100th of a second. Histogram's pretty flat all the way across, so everything's going to be okay as the screen goes off. Let's take the shot, shall we? Just going to focus in the middle. And as with the first two images of the cove, I think this is looking a bit too much like a postcard. There's a lot of blue, a lot of green in this, but I do like the image. And one thing, this was about 9:30 in the morning. Lots of dog walkers out, and I was really lucky with this one and with the previous ones of the cove just to take a photo with no people in it. And maybe because the cafe hadn't opened yet. I guess it was due to open around about 10 o'clock. Any locals around, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Thought this looked nice. Just used the new lens all the way out at 70mm. Trying to make a feature of the steps running up to the cafe. Well, I'm taking some really random shots this morning. This set of steps that leads up to the cafe here, which is closed at the moment, some lovely light on it, that's what attracted me, and then with the railing that leads you up to the cafe. Got to try it. So I think the shot's going to be something like that. Trying to get this bit down the bottom here in focus. I'm not too worried if the focus falls off into the shot. Get the contrast on the steps, get the railing leading up, and make sure there's a little bit of the cafe in the top of the shot. Let's give that a go. Well, hopefully you can see what I was trying to achieve here. As you can see, there was really nice light on the steps. When I took this, I think I've lost some of the light on the side. On the left hand side, that would have helped, I think. But I still like the image. Your eyes led from the bottom of the steps up the railings towards that small hut in the middle. But as before, I think the colour is a little bit distracting, and I quite like this black and white image again. I've focused on the nearest step just to make sure that was really sharp. F8 was enough to get most of this shot in good focus. And I've made the top of the image a little darker just to emphasize the steps. Well, you may see a few random costume changes through this video. The weather doesn't know what to do with itself. It was raining when I first came out, but now it's really, really hot. And I'm starting to get a lot of contrast. What's these steps down here? So anyway, I'm now heading down to Churston Cove. And we'll see what we find, shall we? Well, I don't know if you're going to be able to make it out in this dappled light, but there's a lovely path that winds down towards a cove here. Took the shot here in the winter when there was very few leaves left on the trees. I'm going to take an image, but I don't think this is going to work. I'm going to leave the camera in automatic mode and see what happens. And I was pleased with the result. The automatic settings worked really well. I think it must have detected that I was hand holding the shot. ISO 400 is not too high. It decided on f4. Now, shot wise, not sure about the composition, and you can't really see the path that well leading into the distance. Now, the previous shot I was talking about in the winter, I composed a little better. There was less foliage, so I could see the path leading all the way out into the distance, and I made sure that the trees were in the right place as well. And rather than just green, there's some lovely autumnal winter colours in this. And in post-processing, I did make a little bit of a emphasis of the path. Okay, just want to get one more shot before I leave, and the weather was moving fast. Just a shot back from Churston Cove back to Fishcombe Cove, and you can see in the distance the archway and the path that I came down at the beginning of the video. Now, I've taken a similar shot to this before. I just like the way the rocks cascade down towards the water. The trees frame the top of the shot, and you have that archway way off in the distance. Well, how quickly the weather changes. I said there was going to be a few wardrobe changes. Never mind. It's an opportunity to try some time lapse if I get one in before the rain arrives. Not sure if any of the images are going to be any good. First time out with the A7V, but hopefully you enjoyed the walk around the coves. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all again soon. But for now, cheerio.